Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. and goes until 5 a.m. here on YouTube, and then 4:45 p.m. and goes until 5 p.m. on Facebook Live. We are a show aimed at entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, those who would like to own their own business, and those who simply want to live like a boss. If you find yourself within one of these designations, you've arrived at the right place. Now, as you may also be able to discern from the show's title, we're also interested in the idea of using joy itself as a technology to move us towards our goals and objectives. We encourage everyone on the show to start their own business, that they may be able to eventually fund their own dream project. Many of us have held a dream, a passion project in our hearts, but heretofore have been unable to fund that project. Maybe we haven't been able to identify a funding angel or secure a bank loan. But whatever the case, been unable to bring that dream to the world of phenomena. So among our services is helping people create businesses that serve as funding units. Of course, we also do and create and produce live one-on-one productive through joy workshops and trainings, and come to speak to colleges and organizations and schools, and do live presentations about being productive through joy. If you are interested in any of those services, please reach out to us at productivethroughjoy.com. All right. Today we're talking about a really important topic. We're talking about being a light and productivity. What is the connection between being a light and productivity? A really, really important topic. So allow me to say a few words about myself. First, this is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people call my people, and I eventually wrote the screenplay for that project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where, of course, Michael Brown was murdered, and the conflagration that ensued happened there as well. It's about identical twin sons. That book will be out on Third World Press this February 2018. Look for that in bookstores everywhere. I'm the former executive director of the World Stage here in Los Angeles. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently a professor of English here in Los Angeles at Loyola Marymount University. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth at 17, then subsequently gave me up for adoption to a wonderful divorcee when I was a month old. Yet at the time, of course, there was no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Cool Moji famously said, "How you like me now?" Right? And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching the show as we speak. So today, again, we're talking about the connection between being a light and productivity, which we'll get to in just a few seconds. In the morning show, we like to speak a bit about the import of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. A really important kind of a practical thing that we do every day, because many of us wake up with trouble on our mind because we went to sleep with trouble on our mind. And as we know as adults, that trouble can lead to anxiety because you're thinking about some past situation or some future situation, which creates stress. And as we know, just through scientific research, stress is a killer, especially for people of color, in particular for black men and black women. So we help people to deal with that, because that stress only exacerbates when you start dealing with money or simply trying to change your life in terms of being more productive through joy, in terms of living like a boss, rather. So being productive through joy is a way to mitigate that situation. And so we talk about mitigating the stress tethered to life by talking about it in the context of a ritual. Ritual can be defined in this context as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time. So let me briefly give my morning ritual to serve as an exemplar. So in the mornings I wake up at 3:45 a.m., hella early. I read a couple of spiritual business books. I do our show at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube until 5, and then I work on my current book until sunrise, which is around 6:30 here in LA. And then I go to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. I go to the beach, I meditate, pray, I bring my drum, I walk out, bring my drum, I do yoga. I mean, it's really a special time. Then I come back to the house and work on my book a while longer. Then I go back to the beach to run up the coast, and past Santa Monica's Pier, then come all the way back here to to my gym in Venice. Goes gym to get my workout on, get my buff on. So guys, by 9:30, I'm feeling amazing. Um, and from and I use that feeling of amazingness, that I leverage that feeling to move me towards my own goals, of course, and objectives, which involve, of course, consulting, real estate, and publishing. And now we're not saying do what I do. What we are saying do is do something, and do it every day, as a way to move yourself forward. So I'm reading two great books now as a part of this morning reading. I'm reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Library, which is a book of Gnostic readings, or so-called truth readings from the early kind of Christian era, kind of sort of Egyptian knowledge, basically. And a book called "You Are a Badass at Making Money" by Jen Sincero, which is a book about having a wealth mindset, about kind of reconfiguring our ideas about wealth and money. So from those two books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. Today's morning chant is, "As a meditating natural mystic, I radiate truth, light, and love as I manifest abundance." Once again, as a meditating natural mystic, I radiate truth, light, and love as I manifest abundance. And so I think about that idea throughout the day. I place it on my phone, but also create the morning show, this show, and also the afternoon show based upon that reading, so that all the shows that you'll see on this here on the Michael Datcher channel at the Productive Through Joy show are always motivated by some type of a real organic spiritual underlay, right? So today we're talking about being a light and productivity. So let me encourage you to become a subscriber right now. It's free. Just push the subscriber button here on YouTube, and also to share this video with people who you know and love. All right, let's dive into the topic. So today we're talking about being a light and productivity. So point one is that you want to do the inner work so that your outer light can shine. You want to do the inner work so that your outer light can shine. I share my morning ritual in my schedule just to serve as an exemplar, to say that, listen, we have to invest in ourselves by doing some work. Those who want to lead have to do what other people are unwilling to do. Listen, and no one loves sleep more than me. I love me some sleep, let me tell you, because I work hard and I like to sleep so I can recover. And I encourage people to get lots of sleep. Now at times that's not my story, or at times I wish I could get more sleep. But for now, I get up at 3:45 a.m., which is pretty intense. I mean, for me, it's it is what it is. But that gives me time to read and to meditate and to pray and to work on my creative self. So before I even talk to people in the morning, before I even get out and start in my business life as an entrepreneur and start doing that work and teaching, I'm undergirding myself. I'm feeding myself every day, every day, every day, every day. And at times it's challenging. At times I don't want to get up. At times I actually don't get up. I get up late, or I'm like, I can't believe it's 3:45 already. I've bemoaned my fate, which is not uncommon. And so, yet I know that's how I'm going to best represent and be the light that I want to be in the world. Now, if you don't want to be a light, if you don't want to impact the world, if you don't want to help your family and friends and relations and make the world a better place, listen, you can sleep until the cows come home. But if you are endeavoring to make an impact, you want to not just make an impact, but you want to do so in such a way that you won't burn out. And the thing about having a morning ritual is that it's a never-ending self-feeding loop. You can do this forever, as long as you are on the planet, like martial arts trainings and like yoga and meditators oftentimes talk about. It's a lifestyle. And you want to know that you can continue to undergird yourself, that you may get stronger. And that's the beauty of it. You begin to see yourself evolving over a period of time. And you can make yourself stronger as you begin to do this work. and you're able to reap the benefits in terms of producing light at a daily level, which goes right into point two. As you are able to do the work of undergirding your light, strengthening your light, exploring your light, you can then begin to broadcast your light. Listen, as the Bible says and other spiritual texts say, a lamp is not meant to be covered. A lamp is meant to shine. That's a terrible paraphrase, but that's the basic Gnostic understanding of it. A lamp is meant to shine. You want to get out here and shine, and not to self-aggrandize your ego, because that's really easy to do when you are shining. You want to actually be very conscious of that and not to let your ego get too involved in the process. You want to shine because that's just what lights do. A light doesn't say, what's my function now? What's my purpose? No, a light just shines. You want to just shine because that's what lights do. And when you shine, you open up other people. When you smile at someone, they smile back. A friend of mine, I used to never smile. And my friend pulled me aside. He says, "Man, you never smile." And I was like, "Really?" He said, he sent me on an experiment. He said, "I want you to go, and the next person you see in your next meeting, I want you just to smile and see what happens. And I want you to call me back." So I went to this meeting. There was an old cat there. I saw him. And I called my boy that night. I said, "I did my homework, Professor." And he said, "Well, what happened?" I said, "I went to this meeting. This old white cat was there. And I smiled at him." And my friend said, "Well, what happened?" And I said, the guy smiled back. Right? That was such a lesson for me. And I was like, well, I've been walking around scowling at people. And I wonder if people don't want to talk to me. Scowling at me because I'm scowling at them. And so that taught me about when you place your light out, you allow other people to shine. And as a leader, you want people around you to shine, including being a leader in your family. That's so important, which goes right into point three. Listen, when you are a light, when you are shining, you're going to have an uptick in productivity because people are going to want to be around you. You're going to bring light to them. And they're going to be better able to let their light shine. So you're going to have a heightened level of productivity. What does that mean? It means you're going to be able to have more resources to take care of your family, friends, and relations and allow them to shine. That's the thing about this work is that when you allow other people to shine, when other people are shining around you, in part based upon what you've shined upon them or provided for them, it feels great, guys, to see people who you love happy, glowing, shining. It feels amazing. So I want that for everyone. I want everyone to have that experience of shining a light and seeing their light help other people shine. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So that's all for the show. Boom goes the dynamite. Thanks for being here. We love and respect you here. Please become a subscriber here at the Michael Datcher channel here at the 445 Productive Through Joy show, which, as you know, broadcasts each weekday at 4:45 a.m. here on the Michael Datcher channel. Listen, spread the word about this show. It's a powerful show. Become a subscriber. Let people know about it. And let's build the show up together here on YouTube. Let's just spread light. Let's have fun with it. Let's do what we do and work collectively to make the world a bright place. Also, if you see this on Twitter or on other social media outlets, which you will, of course, please share this with people in your social media networks. Let people know about the Productive Through Joy show. Definitely if you work at an organization, if you're a student, a teacher, professor, have me come out, talk to your people. It's a very, very powerful in-person program. I think I'm okay on TV, but definitely in person. It's a whole different program, much more powerful live and direct. And yes, please go to productivethroughjoy.com. We offer live one-on-one Productive Through Joy consulting and do powerful in-person programs for organizations and schools. Reach out to me. Reach out to us. Thanks for being here. We will see you very, very soon this afternoon on our our 4:45 p.m. broadcast on Facebook Live. So until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.